I got that.
Yeah.
Why didn't you do that in the first place?
Yeah.
I'm holding up my camera.
Okay, we ready to start?
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
So this is sort of an impromptu podcast in Tristan's room.
Hey, what's up?
You can see by the setup that we've planned ahead on this really well.
I definitely cleaned up for you guys. I'm happy you're here.
This is sterile.
But yeah, so
yeah, I can't sterilize it. It's like we can do surgery in here.
I am Zack, and I am joined by...
Zack.
Zack.
I'm an adult.
So we got 3 Zacks and an adult. It's a good lineup today.
Yep.
We're gonna have
That's a good podcast name, 3 Zacks and Adult.
And so basically we're just doing this podcast, I guess, one, because we haven't uploaded in a while, and we figured what better way to sort of clear the air than do a podcast and just talk. And 2, I mean, we're all gathered here. We have a party that starts in a couple hours, and I don't know, takes up an hour, and our power just went out. So I guess we can start off by just talking about 9 Iron's upload gap that we've had. Because in 20...
Before we do that, can we talk about the 9 Iron curse real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Just so everybody knows, the 9 Iron curse is that nothing ever works. And as you can see, we've just been struck, we've been hit by a smooth criminal. Everything's bad and nothing ever works. Okay, now we can talk about what Zack wanted to talk about.
I don't know.
Oh, hey!
Microphone just flew off the camera.
Oh.
Yeah. So this camera can't see it, but it's a perfectly clear day outside. There's no reason for the power to go out.
Yeah, just
whatsoever.
Well, the funny thing about we just moved here. This is a new house, and there's 2 things that everybody should know. First is that this room is literally an oven. That wall behind Zack over there is hot all the time due to some pipes. So this room just never cools down. It's always actually heating up all the time. Also, every single outlet in this house, without exaggeration, is loose. Like those. Like if you, well, my Xbox is plugged in under my desk. If I like shift my foot and like touch it with my big toe, my whole fucking desk just dies.
What about your little toe?
It happens. What?
What about your little toe?
I'm assuming like half the desk would go out
okay.
because it's smaller. But yeah.
My whole desktop setup, it just, whenever I move my feet just a little bit, it always ends up, my room just becomes darkness and I can't do anything properly anymore.
So yeah, that's an update. Yeah, what do you want to talk about, Zack? Sorry.
I just wanted to go over sort of our upload gap and I guess the state of the channel and everything, because we went from uploading about 230 videos in 2014 to uploading about 80 in 2015, 40 in 2016, 50 in 2017, but then 2 in 2018, and so far this would be video number 5.
So I think the problem is that those like 200, what was it, 230?
About.
That's really impressive, but they're all shit. Like there's no good
videos.
videos.
Yeah.
As we dropped to less than half, like a quarter of that is because the video quality drastically improved and we spent time thinking about it. But as for why we haven't been releasing videos is because Ben and I
we're busy.
Been in school and busy.
Well, all of us have been busy.
Yeah, you especially. You have.
It's alright.
I mean, yeah, so, like, we started this channel senior year of high school, and now, like, I'm graduated from college. Lynn, I know she wasn't here in the beginning, but, like, Lynn's in grad school just to show, I guess, age, and you guys are at the tail end of college. John works all the time. So, I mean, we don't have the time we did back in high school.
No, we don't. No, but we definitely make better videos now, that's for sure.
I watch them before I sleep.
Wait, which ones do you watch? Do you watch the Weekly Glimpse?
I watch all of them.
You watch every single one?
Yeah, when I'm tired and I can't sleep, I'll just put it on.
Seriously?
Does it knock you out? That's boring.
That's how bad they are. That they help
you
us
just like put people to fucking sleep.
Right.
Yeah, so we just, I guess, we should probably mention that we just decided to revamp the schedule and the release schedule and stuff and what we have planned for the rest of the summer. Yeah. Summer's like half over, but
more than half.
More than half.
It ends in a month exactly.
Okay, well, for the rest of the summer at least, we're gonna Ben and I have we're gonna have a Monday, Wednesday, Friday gaming release schedule, and then we have Time to Mine also. And this, I guess.
Yeah, we're working on Time to Mine Season 2. We're trying to do like video essay stuff.
Yeah, video essays.
We have a bunch of just random video ideas we're trying to do. Hopefully, we'd like to do more podcasts. So it's coming along. We just need the time. We basically only have weekends to try to make videos nowadays.
Yeah, basically. I guess another good thing that is good for the channel, but... So I'm, in recent developments in my life, I've become a degenerate.
That's recent?
Well,
Right?
I mean, listen, is this like an intervention or something?
No, this is a job interview.
Okay. Oh, shit. My biggest weakness is that, just physically weak.
Well, that'll be, yeah, when you're making YouTube, you gotta at
I have
least
to
50
be-
pounds overhead during the day.
You gotta beef that.
It's getting hot in here. Also, I'm a degenerate now, so
As you said.
I'm living at home instead of dorming at college. So I'm gonna have probably more time to make videos here.
Is that a weakness?
No. I was
Get
glossing over the weakness part because
That's a job.
'Cause I
interview.
actually
He
have-
needs to make himself look big.
I
better
have
than
What
he
are
is.
your
no-
strengths?
Yeah,
Why
so
do
we
you
just went
want
over
this?
your weaknesses. You're available all the time. What's your strength?
my strength is my hair is never clean, and
Okay.
if we're ever attacked by any people, being near me is going to drive them away just because of how disgusting I am.
We can use you like a mole rat repellent stick.
Yes, exactly. Except I don't if you hit me with somebody, their head will not explode unless you hit me really hard.
Well, it just like slide off because the grease.
Well, I don't want to kill him.
I'll lube them up. I'm like a
Oh,
stick of
all
butter.
right.
Like if you took me,
Yeah.
if you could take me by my waist and hold me like a glue stick and rub me on something, I would grease
So,
it up.
can I use you to season my cast iron pan?
Yeah, seasoned. You eating your cast iron?
Do you know how to cook with cast iron?
Seasoned?
You have to season it.
No, you
greased
no.
it, right?
Do you
grease
know?
it?
It's called
You're
seasoning.
You're putting
The process is called seasoning.
thyme in your cast iron pan and like you're hitting it with oregano.
I mean, if I'm cooking steak, the process for prepping cast iron for cooking is called seasoning.
That's interesting that you mentioned that because wasn't the last podcast called Cast Iron?
Yeah, it was.
And that's a perfect segue.
I guess into talking about the sort of the state of YouTube as a whole nowadays. Because throughout the entirety of our channel, we've never uploaded stuff that's congruent with what's popular with YouTube. And that's
No.
probably a huge part as to why 5 years later we have 350 subscribers.
Well, yeah, but also you should mention that recently we did that by accident because PewDiePie started making Minecraft videos, and now we're putting out Time to Mine.
yeah,
So
we're,
everyone's reminded about Minecraft now. And it's
so
cool
hopefully
again.
we can get it out before he ends his series.
Hopefully.
So it can still be trending.
Also, wasn't Sugar Pine 7? They're not doing anything anymore.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
now
they're
Life
done.
as We Know It
But
is
it's
like even more original.
But it's like filling a vacuum in the market.
Well, I mean, if they collapsed, there wasn't much of a market. Obviously, if there was a market, they would still be around.
I don't know I don't know if their views have been decreasing or not.
Yeah.
I just thought they stopped because they didn't want to do that.
No,
Yeah, I didn't know that
views
either.
dropped dramatically.
Oh, okay. Well,
They went from like consistently like 300,000 in the beginning when they first started sort of picking up, to struggling to break 100,000, maybe like 70.
really?
Yeah,
Damn.
which of course is better. I mean, channel wide across 400 videos, we have 32,000 views. But still, you can't make a business off of.
Well, the thing
70,000
about
a day.
them, that channel is that they, as far as I know, they only did that kind of video.
Right?
Which-
They had a podcast.
Did they?
I
Yeah.
see. I didn't know about it though. So,
Yeah.
but their bread and butter was that type of video, whereas we are diversified like a
Business.
like a mature portfolio.
Yeah, 'cause we have-
we are a mutual fund,
gaming. We got Life as We Know It.
and we're doing video. We're doing video essays, and also
Yep.
there's something else.
I mean, we're doing a podcast right
We're
now.
doing a podcast. Yeah. Yep. And
But
yeah.
how does that all line up though? Because like what a lot of people do is they create a separate channel for each thing. Like for example, iDubbbz has like iDubbbz Gaming,
Yeah.
just because I guess his content in the gaming doesn't mix.
Yeah.
Do you think our stuff mixes well enough to be on one channel?
No, it doesn't.
Or?
We only have to do that if we get big. If we get more. If more than 2 people watch our videos consistently at any point in our channel, maybe we should consider that. But I feel like as it is now, the quantity of the videos that we make, well, it's all gaming related anyway, for the most part. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't really. I mean, maybe the video essays deserve their own channel, but we don't.
No.
Whatever. The point is, I don't feel like we have a big enough base to alienate anybody from our, if there's no people who watch our channel for Life as We Know as opposed to the gaming videos.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, nothing.
We're not alienating anybody by not separating anything.
But do you think by having such a wide breadth portfolio, is our net catching anything by spewing so many different genres, do you think?
Maybe. I mean, I guess it's impossible for you to know. I feel like the what's it called? The genre that we're most successful in now is the Life as We Know It. I mean, they've consistently gotten over 100.
Yeah, they're consistently our most viewed.
Those are the ones that I send to my friends.
Yeah, those are funny, right?
Yeah.
The gaming videos are kind of I don't know if they're cool anymore.
See, I like them because you guys have, obviously, people can watch it for, the gaming and everything, but you bring your personalities to it and your own inside jokes to it that make it entertaining to watch.
I guess that's the whole point.
What, there's no personality in Life as We Know It?
Yeah, what the fuck are you trying to say, dog? Now it's your interview.
No, come on.
No, I get what you're saying.
But Skyrim is still our most viewed video and always will be.
Yeah.
See,
hopefully it won't always will be.
No, as we grow, it too will grow and swallow our channel whole.
It'll become a legend. People will just view it for the sake
that
of
is going to be, if we blow up, that video, people are going to find it, and it's going to become an inside joke for the rest of the channel.
Does it still have 50-50 like-dislike ratio?
It's 75 likes, 77 dislikes. 49% ratio.
Wow!
49 to 51. So if we blow up, let's say tomorrow we get, say, 50,000 subscribers for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any videos from our crap days that they're going to look back on and be like, actually, this is kind of funny?
We were going through on the Discord, do you remember, a few nights ago, we were going through our own videos, and the how-tos or whatever, and there was a marked transition between, really caring about and, doing stupid voices, and then, this script is, nihilistic and, depressed. Do you remember that?
You could totally tell when I just got sick of writing those videos.
Yeah. What is it? You say a line and Ben just goes, I hear the voices of the dead when I sleep.
Secret number 2. My character's not wearing any underpants.
Just stupid stuff like that.
Yeah, I think at the point where we kind of mature and become, instead of trying to fit a specific mold and just realize that nothing matters in life and this isn't going to work, is the point where people are going to start more so enjoying the videos, the older videos anyway, wherever that line is. But the thing that people are really going to like the most, and I recommend if you see this podcast, are the weekly glimpses. You should go back and you should watch every single one because those are high quality.
I mean, we tried the hardest when we were making them. They came out exactly as we envisioned.
They have the highest budget.
They have the highest budget.
Brought us behind the scenes.
We really expended all our talent on those. So I recommend you watch them.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's another one. We did a really experimental series where we just took Ben, put him in a room by himself late at night, and just had him play Minecraft by himself.
It was actually 8 a.m, idiot.
Oh. Well, I wasn't there.
No,
I was supervising from my jumbo jet.
You with that YouTube money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at the point where we started, Zack just immediately became incredibly wealthy.
Yeah.
He got all the revenue. Us underlings were left to edit, and he got all the money, so that's how it is.
But then, of course, the IRS came in, and now I have to do subtitles for
Your punishment wasn't prison; it was subtitles.
Yeah.
So.
And honestly, that's worse.
That's also because you're mostly literate compared to
Literally half the ones I watched that you edited, everything
It's
is
a
misspelled.
mess.
You can tell when Ben edits A Life As We Know because there's a typo.
There's like 5.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
I'm
actually, I think we should continue to do Life As We Know It.
Oh,
this
definitely.
Summer. We should keep putting. We should try to get a season out this summer.
I want to do like 12 episodes.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
You think so?
I think so. Yeah.
I think the hardest obstacle is you guys live like an hour away now. Before, when we filmed,
he lives an hour away now. I live here.
No, but like they
Oh, right. We moved.
we moved to a different
I
house.
thought you meant like when we were in college.
Notice how this room has never been filmed for a video before?
Interesting. Yeah. Well, now that I think about it, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I'll have to get back to you on the confirmation, but I think you're right.
Because before we lived like 20 minutes away from you guys, so meeting up for a video is no problem.
Now when we're in school, you'll live an hour from Zach, and I'll live an hour.
Yeah,
just
right.
opposite directions.
An hour and a half.
So really, this didn't really improve anything. I'm just a degenerate.
You made things harder.
Yeah. Right.
A lot harder.
Okay.
Have you guys ever like just taken a hard look at what's trending in the genre of videos we make, like with gaming and sort of?
No, I just kind of guess by the view count.
It's bad. It's rough.
Like bad videos.
Yeah, it's just like Fortnite with like the red circles and a rainbow background and just people screaming and super clickbait.
But
It's real art.
there's no way that I could ever do that kind of thing and be happy. I don't feel like people who make those videos are ever really happy with themselves. Like, maybe I'm wrong because they're making tons of money and they've got just like mansions where they set up an office and make Fortnite videos for children. While I live in a fucking oven, but
I just don't have the personality for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm not bubbly. I'm just depressed.
You gotta be way too perky all the time. I don't know how they do it. Same with streaming. Like I've always been interested in streaming, but I just don't have the personality for it. It's impossible.
I think top 10 Ben could do it, but that's just not me.
Yeah, Ben can't do it, but top 10 Ben can.
Maybe it'd be fun if Ben and I did a streaming thing, so we could just. I wouldn't want to do it by myself because I don't feel like I could just be funny by myself.
How do you entertain by yourself?
But if Ben and I did a streaming that was like we just streamed you and I, we just played games like we do a video but live. I think that'd be pretty fun. Because a lot of we cut a lot of stuff out of videos.
That's what I'm concerned about. Like what I like most about our videos is that like the editing brings it all together. Like we for our 15-minute Let's Plays, we record for 3 hours and cut it down to 15 minutes.
Yeah. But also,
and there's a lot of fat that got cut.
Also, you have to think that not all popular streamers are actually that funny for the most part.
Well, that's the thing. I as just me, I can't put up a mask that long to do that kind of stuff.
Even doing Life As We shooting a Life As We Know It takes a whole day,
and it's exhausting.
It is fucking draining. Like if we get it done in a day, which we usually do, I think for the most part.
Yeah.
It's like at the end of the day, we just we used to gather in the kitchen and just be like, you know what I mean? Just
I remember
fucking dead. On
the Miami video was the first one that I really tried to take the lead on being funny.
Yeah.
And I just I remember going back to your kitchen and just shutting down.
Yeah,
not wanting to do anything.
No, it's fucking draining to make it as we know it. That's because well, I mean, think about it. We're not actually funny. We just think about things and just spit them out, and what's good is like 1% of it. And
if it's a good joke, we'll tell it over and over.
Yeah.
And if it's bad, you'll never hear it again.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like the good joke where you look at me with a weird face.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, that's good. Let's do that for the rest of the video.
Yeah. Just that unspoken rule.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
But surprisingly, I don't know if you guys ever watched Vanos's videos, but he's on trending all the time, and he's I think he's genuinely funny. His style's a lot like us, except there's no webcam, but it's just what I think he does, I think he writes A Life As You Know It, but in Grand Theft Auto. I think that's how he does it, because he'll just write, I guess, bits to do, and then they'll do it and just make it seem seamless.
Interesting.
And it works really well.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like what Donkey does too.
Oh yeah.
Donkey writes a I think he records gameplay and then writes a script for it.
Around it. Sort of like Zack Plays Games.
Yeah, exactly.
Those 2 terrible 3-minute videos.
I remember. I haven't seen them in years, but I thought they were funny when they came out.
I think they're funny now.
No.
But that's just because I know you now.
They're not. That's a promise.
Zack Plays Games.
I will
Bring back
say
the
though,
voice.
that era of like that thumbnail style and sort of us trying to be
Stickers.
really thematic with our stuff, I thought that was a lot of fun. Zack, or the games of the month thing, we never did it.
Yeah.
Like, we posted a video saying we were going to do it, and then we immediately abandoned it.
It's hard.
But I thought it was a cool concept.
If we, it was definitely fun, but totally not us at all.
Yeah.
It's not doable now, just for the reason that I don't think we're capable of putting on a thematic mask for like, and just like do that anymore. You know what I mean? Because we had a vision for what a YouTube channel was, and I feel like we're trying to more so just be who we are on the YouTube.
What I like about making YouTube videos is like the freedom of being able to be creative however I want.
Yeah.
You know, so like if I have an idea, we can just do it, and I don't want to like, so for games of the month or whatever, if we're locked into a box of you can only play this game for a month, I want to kill myself. But,
Right.
But if I have the freedom,
Even
to
more
do
so than
whatever I
usual.
want- Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah.
I think so this is like, what I'm going to say is obvious, but so we put out 200 something videos in 2014 with that stupid thematic thing that we did with the dumb voices. If we could have that quantity of video with the quality of video that we have now, that would be ideal.
But we need like a full team for
Yeah,
that.
how
We
is that
only
even
have
possible?
us.
We would need people dedicated to editing, dedicated to coming up with ideas.
Yeah.
We would need like a whole production team.
Yeah.
And by the way, those voices were because we were not allowed to swear. We made that a rule. Do you remember why that rule originated?
No.
Because John was embarrassed to share the videos with people because of how much swearing.
Are you
there was.
serious?
I remember that was why.
Really? I never knew that.
Yep. So
What
we decided to stop swearing, and that's when this voice came.
Oh man.
because
10 dead.
because we can't be entertaining without swearing.
That was probably one. Those voices in particular was probably the worst idea we ever had for the channel. Like,
Yeah.
like just lower the quality of it so much.
It makes me cringe hard.
It's
it
a- it
prevents
was a-
me from watching them.
It was a cursed era. When was that? I think. Yeah, I can't remember when exactly that started because we swore a lot in our earlier videos.
Yeah.
And we swore in Time to Mine.
Oh my
We yelled at each
God.
other all the time in Time to Mine.
I think it might have
started
been.
watching
I think
those.
it might have been after 2014 or late 2014. Maybe.
Speaking of old videos, if people are watching this and they see us now, like look at like we look like normal, almost like normal adults, except my hair is I have a little bun on the back of it. Go back and look at the XVI intro videos where
Oh
all
my
the
God.
cast is revealed and we talk. You know what I mean? You remember those? You know what I'm talking about? You saw
That's
those?
my favorite.
When Zack was like a baby?
Yes, and he starts just humping the camera.
Yeah, that is
Faces change, people don't.
Yeah, go back and just take a
That's my
look. If you want an
favorite.
idea of how long this fucking channel's been around, just look at how we looked when it started.
Ben had a fro.
Ben had an afro and he was a baby face.
You both were baby faced.
I was
yeah,
a
you
baby
have,
face.
Like, nothing.
I have
You're
no
so
hair.
Clean cut.
I'm acne ridden and like gross, even more gross than I am now.
Little Zack is
Is a literal
Literally,
child.
yeah,
He's a
he's
child.
12 years old.
He's 12 years
actual
old, yeah.
baby.
He's a little baby boy.
It's hard to believe we looked that young senior year of high school.
You looked 12.
How come everyone, like,
I knew you were gonna say this. I knew you were gonna say this.
our grade,
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I don't know if there was something in the GMO,
Yeah,
something
yeah.
in the breast milk, but we were like
Oh.
stunted.
You know what it was? The fucking pesticides from the cornfield next to the fucking playground.
Yep.
And that got into our body and mutated us, so we are stuck in the bodies of 15-year-old children.
Because everyone older than us, everyone younger than us,
Is
looks like
fucking like 6'2" and like they can rip open like
Yeah.
a cage like with their like a prison like prison bars, they can bend them with their bare hands.
and then there's
Like
us.
look at me. I'm basically I don't even know how I stand up. My legs are so weak.
What?
Well, I don't know if there's much grip in those flip flops.
You'd
That's
be
probably
surprised.
a problem.
You'd be
Oh,
fucking
If
surprised.
you had legs that worked, you could walk up walls.
Ben's gotta carry me everywhere.
They got section.
But that grade below us, the Hazards or whatever, the 7th grade boys is how I always remember them. They are now all 7 foot. They're also like
Meth heads.
I don't know. No. Yeah, like
They're all addicted to heroin.
they're all addicted to heroin. But they're all like 7 feet tall and can lift a car over their head. And we are like on average 5 foot. And
We can't catch a ball.
and we make YouTube videos.
We flinch when someone throws a football at us.
Or near us, like not even at us.
We duck.
Go to a baseball game, the pitcher throws, and you duck.
I constantly am in a state of slouch so I don't get hit by a ball. But yeah, so that's where we are physically.
You go, whoa! There's definitely birds within the mile.
Within the mile.
Here in the woods.
Dude, one time when I was in college, I was walking to just this ice cream place that was right outside of campus. And I guess to go there, you had to go through this sidewalk that was just surrounded by trees. And so I hear like rustling in the trees above me. And I'm just walking, it's a beautiful day. And I look up, and like a fucking kamikaze jet, this bird T-pose is just straight on dive bombing straight toward me. And I duck, and it loops up, spirals around, dives back down toward me. And it's this little robin. I have to sprint away.
You're like on the deck of the Oklahoma during Pearl Harbor. And then he's just like a little robin. You're like, get out! You hit the fucking deck. A robin just like tweets over your head.
And ever since then, whenever a bird flies at me, I instinctively drop to the ground.
Yeah.
No, like he's not kidding though. We'll go out for a walk and a bird will be like 20 feet away and he's gone.
He's like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Well, there was this one time we spent the day in New York back in like December, and this fucking bird decided to try to swing at me.
It was so far away from me.
No, it was at least
So
3 inches
far.
away from my head.
No, it wasn't.
Like,
The other girl saw me. The girl walking by, she saw me. She'd back me up.
Is she hearing
you
it?
fist fought a bird with a rando?
I tried. It flew away.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
Pussy ass bird.
Pussy ass bird. Birds just got it out for you.
Yeah.
Squirrels too. On our first date, there was a squirrel that walked by, and he goes.
Oh shit! Wait, the squirrel or Zach? 'Cause that's my. I don't know if that like that's squirrel like rabbit
Squirrel's
or
very square, huh?
yeah. Squirrel's ready to fucking beat the shit out.
Well, I
of
don't
you.
know if you remember when I fucking knocked out that bug.
Oh,
Yeah, I punched
one
it right in
video,
his
Tony
face.
Hawk, the Tony Hawk Life as We Know It with a skateboard. Zach, end of the video, very end. Go watch it. Just skip to the end because it's just skip to the end.
That's it.
And Zach knocked fucking Mike Tyson's a bug out of the air.
And it blacked
And
out.
it blacked out. He's got a good hook.
Like, how is that fucking possible?
I don't know.
It was bad.
That shouldn't be. They have exoskeletons.
Yeah, I don't know. You blacked out a bird, dude. You fucking hit
A
it.
bird.
I mean a bug.
Do exoskeletons have nerve endings?
No.
Sure.
Wait, where about
So, like, for example, can like an ant or a fly or a beetle feel pain if something hits like its exterior?
I don't know.
Do
Good question.
exoskeletons have nerve endings?
Hey.
I'm gonna guess no, because it's like supposed
I'm gonna
Do
say
bugs
too.
feel pain? Oplog.
How would anyone know that? How do you find that out?
You turn into a bug.
Like you probably
You
like
listen for their screams.
with like a big horn in your ear. You're like you crush an ant. You're like, and it goes. Ah!
I was sinking. 30 minutes passed.
Okay.
I don't think-
This article starts out with, well, it's hard to know if any organism feels anything.
So we're in for a good
Ben
ride.
wrote that article.
My emotional state.
He brought up his personal blog.
Ben's philosophy blog. He's just a nihilist. I don't know if I felt anything for years. I can't remember laughing. I wake up screaming.
Speaking of nihilism,
Jewish robot.
right before we started this podcast, I saw an article by The Verge,
Yeah.
and it says, "Why does Apple hate falafel?"
Interesting.
What are they?
So the article itself is venting about how there's no falafel emoji, and that they keep adding food emojis, but they haven't added falafel.
You're in graduate school.
Yeah.
What kind of psychosis is this that whoever wrote this is going through?
I'm gonna guess that they're manic.
They're definitely manic.
They're manic.
For real. Like, they're up at, like, 4:30 in the morning. They're like,
Yeah.
fuck, I can't sleep. What am I angry about? God. Oh.
Falafel.
It's like, I want to
So-
fuck my mom, but, like, I gotta vent in some other way.
So
Like,
correction.
funny shit.
The article is about how they are now adding the falafel emoji, but it's not good enough. It doesn't look good
Well,
enough.
what do they want?
And so it's comparing the Google emoji with the Apple emoji. So just to compare,
Which one's better?
there's a couple of interesting designs in there. I'm reading off the article.
Yeah.
For example, I can't help but think that Apple's design for a plate of falafel kind of looks like a big pile of shit. Not human shit, not a fun, cartoony, soft-serve ice cream poop like the classic pile of poo, but like a pile of dung from a farmyard animal.
Is this Ben's personal blog again?
Meanwhile, someone at Google has clearly actually eaten falafel at some point. And they're complaining because Apple's food emoji typically looks better than Google's. For example, Apple's butter to the left actually looks delicious. Google's to the right just kind of looks like butter.
This is the kind of shit that this is like the most vapid, useless kind of journalism that you could even like conceive of. Like there's like a genocide in Yemen. Like people are starving in Yemen, and it's like because of Saudi Arabia, and the U.S. is selling weapons to Saudi Arabia to cause a genocide in Yemen. But you know, the falafel in Apple's falafel looks like farmyard dung, and I'm too much of an idiot to care about anything else in the world. Like you know. Like we're seeing the rise of fascism in the United States, but falafel is like very important. It's
but
definitely up there.
You have to admit, despite all of your points being valid and correct, and I agree with them, you have to admit this is still hard-hitting journalism.
No, it's definitely captured my imagination.
It's an opinion piece, really, is really what it is. But it's a bad opinion that nobody cares about.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
It's all the more important. It's all the more necessary.
Well, as things just get generally better, like in the world, and for the developed countries, as things get better and better and better, this is like the only journalism that's gonna matter when we all have 3D printers and like things that just build us food whenever we want. It's like I cannot believe that the Apple chip in my brain, like the pictures that I can choose, they're not to my standard. Like this is bullshit.
Did you just bite that glass?
I didn't try to. It hit my teeth.
What it tastes like?
Glass and water.
Was it good though?
It was alright. It was just refreshing.
10 out of 10.
I'm sweating a lot because I'm in an oven right now.
See,
That's
I
okay.
think
I'm quite moist.
I think it's warm in here, but it's not like unbearable.
He doesn't sweat.
Zach?
He doesn't sweat on his face. He only sweats on his back.
That's interesting.
My pits and my crotch sweat a lot.
Yeah, me too.
But my face, because here's the thing: you never know when a glamour shot is gonna happen.
That's
I
true.
hate him.
And you know me.
Anytime we ever shoot a video, we have to start with a photo shoot for Zack.
Well, the thing is, there's always
Wait.
there's that period where I gotta get my hair right.
Right. We used to blow dry your hair. I remember when you still blow dry your hair?
No.
You used to go and like blow dry it up.
Yeah, and then
a little flower out of your hair.
That's. Did you ever see pictures of Zack in high school?
Yes.
Zach, isn't he so much different?
He looks like a little baby.
He looks like a fucking infant child. Like he looks like a.
I sent him a picture. Hold on. When was that picture from? The one
what
that I sent
you sent me a lot of pictures.
The one where you're holding
The
Skyrim.
one where you're thick.
Oh, that's from 2011.
2011.
He looks like a child.
He's 8 years old.
Yeah.
So put it into perspective. I'm 24 now. So 8 years ago, 2011, right? 8 years ago, 2019.
Yeah.
That's what year this is.
Yeah.
What? I wasn't 6. Yeah, I was 16.
And he looks like he was 8.
That is fucking ridiculous. Like the transition between when you started shopping for clothes yourself and high school is totally different. Like you would have never worn those shoes in high school.
No, these aren't skater shoes.
No, they're not. And also, you wouldn't have worn that shirt either.
No, I would have.
You would have worn
a red hoodie.
A red hoodie, yeah.
With baggy jeans.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't be wearing a watch. I didn't like tattoos.
You wouldn't have tattoos either.
Really?
My hair would be like this. I guess the heat is kind of putting it down.
And you would be, it'd be like that. And you'd be for some reason, you'd be ultra conservative.
Oh, no.
Like Zack, did you know that Zack used to be a hardened Republican in high school?
Were you actually?
Yeah.
It's so he was a hardened Republican in when we were children.
Were you like an 80-year-old man?
No.
He had the opinions of an 80-year-old man in high school. And And then he went to Arkansas, and he came back, and he was normal.
Which is so weird. It's
He went to Arkansas!
Went to high school in New Jersey.
They have, like, he goes to Arkansas, and he sees, like, how they train for abstinence in high school, and, like, poor people are put to death in the streets.
So this is what it was. You ever watch Batman vs. Superman?
No.
So remember, Ben, that vision of Batman gets from the Flash if he loses, if he kills Superman or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just like that doomsday scenario.
Yeah, Nazis and flying things.
Yeah, that's what that was. I went to Arkansas.
You saw the worst possible scenario.
Yeah, I saw what would happen if conservatism reigned true.
Yeah, like Mad Max Batman versus Nazis.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that part!
Yeah.
Right. Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then you came back, you're like, well, guys, yeah, that's all bad. Believe me, I've seen it firsthand. But yeah.
So do you think anyone in our group has changed as much as me?
No, definitely not.
Has anyone come close?
I'm more happy now.
Yeah, Ben's generally more happy after he had his last relationship.
That's true.
I don't know. I can't really tell if I've changed.
You look a lot different.
I look a lot different.
So here's the thing.
Different, but your personality is the same.
This is probably the same thing.
Yeah, so
I've never grown up. I guess.
Clothing-wise, hasn't changed. Really, the only thing that's changed is your hair.
It's just grown longer.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's changed.
Actually, that's not true because when I moved away at the end of 8th grade, the first summer that I moved away, my hair was even longer than this. Like, it was down to my shoulders.
What?
Oh yeah, and it was like the swoop across.
Oh,
the
swoop
yeah,
across,
I
and
remember that.
like one side came out like this, and one side came down like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
There's
Remember
one
You thought you were hot as
picture
shit.
on his
My battery's
Facebook,
about to die.
What?
And you look like that kid from Foster's Home from Imagination.
Yes, exactly right. Exactly right. But in terms of personality, I don't think I've changed that much.
No.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe. Yeah, it's hard for me to tell because I'm just me. I have an outside perspective, but I don't know what you think.
I've been with you through the whole transition,
Yeah,
so it's hard for you
it's
to
hard
tell.
for you to tell.
See, I can tell.
There it is. We did it.
I really like working in a high budget environment.
That was me sinking.
So you don't think I've changed personality-wise, Zack?
Think loud.
Here, hold on. I'll clap your... Oh, okay.
I didn't see it. No,
Do it
you gotta be in focus. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. That's gonna make everything simple.
I think T's changed quite a lot.
Yeah, he has.
T went from T went from a cute little boy like us to fucking a girl in a ShopRite freezer.
To being his aesthetic is keeping earbuds around his neck.
His aesthetic
Dirty
is
little trash boy full of love.
okay. So the thing about T is his core personality was liking Batman and being Irish for a while.
Even though he's the most Italian guy in our group.
Like Tabarelli, like, you know.
The Mediterranean skin, the black hair.
Yeah.
Nothing about him is Irish whatsoever.
And also, so like his head used to be completely round, and now it's finally extended. Sorry, T.
No, this is all with love.
His aesthetic, he knows I love him. His aesthetic was, I love Batman and being Irish.
And dressing like Prototype.
And dressing like Prototype! And so everything now is just like that, but matured. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
he still has a Batman hat.
Jeans
No,
that
so
expose half of his leg.
Here is
You don't think that's an evolution of being Irish and liking Batman?
Here's my interpretation of his new aesthetic. I would say that T right now. So, like for example, I'm office punk, right?
Is that what you call it, office punk?
Because I got the gauges, I got the tattoos, but
You love basketball.
all my clothing can be worn in an office.
Okay.
T is gas station punk. And I mean that with love. I love him to death. He's been my best friend for 13 years.
Yeah, right.
That's just, I think, if I were to coin a term for his aesthetic, it would be gas station punk. And that's kind of rad. To be a gas station punk.
He's the only person I know who has that aesthetic.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, I didn't mean that in a mean way, but like, I get what you're saying, but like, I feel like I've never met anybody who dresses like T and like looks like T.
Honestly, the same.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Because he'll come in with the leather boots, the ripped up camo pants, a t-shirt he ripped the sleeves off of, earbuds around the neck as a fashion accessory, and a bandana. and about 3 bracelets on each arm.
I wish he were here, dude. He'd be fun to have fun.
Oh yeah, we'd be ripping into him. It would be a lot better because he would be able to like see our faces
and and like defend himself.
Yeah,
instead of just us just ripping on him,
shredding into him.
Yeah, you know how T looks like a fucking moron nowadays. He basically like looks like a gas station attendant. Like
that's not true. You don't look like
that.
Yeah,
you don't look like that. But yeah, so Ben's changed dramatically.
I don't know.
No, I think Ben looks really different.
Like aesthetically, I mean.
I don't know.
Like
I
his
feel like
face is.
I mean, he has a beard.
His face is fuller.
No.
Are you calling him fat?
Yes, it is.
No, he's lost weight.
No. If you look at his face,
Because he has a beard.
No. It's more than that. His face when we were babies was like this. Okay. Now his face has a jaw. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so he hit puberty.
He couldn't eat before he didn't have a jaw.
Yeah, he didn't have a bottom jaw when he was a baby.
That was really hard. It was a hard life.
I just spit food into his
I had
throat.
to catch
like
food.
a baby bird.
Yeah. Top of my mouth to swallow.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I think the 2 people have definitely changed the least, though, are you and John.
Probably,
Yeah, John looks almost exactly the same.
Well, he used to be more hoodie and he doesn't wear boots.
When the weather calls for it, he dresses the same.
Yeah, I guess
all of our
he calls
aesthetic.
himself homeless chic now.
Our aesthetic in middle school was wear jeans, but also mine actually was basketball shorts. Mm-hmm. Basketball shorts, jeans, but everybody, all of us wore jackets, like hoodie, zip-up jackets. Every single one of us, all the time. And then do you remember when Mrs. Riley or Mr. Riley, she's like, take your jacket off. And so we were at our locker and I was taking my jacket off. I was like, I hate Mr. Riley and her stupid rules. And she's like, you have something to say, Tristan? And she walked over and heard me. You remember that?
See, that's the difference between me and you. I openly defied her.
Yeah,
and I openly challenged her because when she told me to take my fur-lined hoodie off, she told us to take it off because it had fur inside.
Yeah.
So she claimed it was a winter jacket, and for some reason we couldn't wear that indoors. So I asked her, I was like, if it was a blizzard right now, would you walk out with nothing but this on? And she sent me to the principal. That's typically how it went down, is I would challenge her, then I'd get a detention.
That one's my mom's favorite story about you.
Why?
I don't know. My mom has this weird unhealthy obsession.
Zach and I, Zach ever tell you that he and I kissed in the computer lab?
We did not
Did you?
kiss.
Yeah.
No, we bonked heads.
We bonked heads and hit our lips exactly
you.
square.
I asked you if you ever kissed any of your friends and you
And
said
I didn't.
no. Liar.
Everyone thought we did. And it was right when we started hanging out all the time, too.
Do you want to do it again?
No.
Go ahead, it's okay.
I don't
I'll
want
allow it.
No.
She's gonna allow it. I'm right here.
It.
No. Why is your mom obsessed with me?
I don't know.
It's because you're a sweet boy.
No, like generally,
young man.
anytime that he comes over my house, my mom's eyes just light up. She's like,
Zachary!
Literally, though.
I have to put on my lipstick.
Really?
Yes.
She goes and
My
puts on her
mom
lipstick?
loves him.
Are you serious?
Yes.
My daughter's dating an office punk.
No. He's got tattoos on his arm.
Oh.
Does your mom have a lisp?
No.
She just speaks very quietly.
She does.
Oh my god, Zach, you're here.
She's like, Zachary, I didn't even know that you came.
This is great.
Witcher trailer looks pretty good.
I was just about to say, can we go to the Witcher trailer?
Smooth transition.
No, it does. It looks really good. My only problem with it was the music. It wasn't Witcher
The
music.
music, so let me just...
So why don't you just add context for people who don't know?
So The Witcher is a popular game.
No, I mean the fact that because it was just announced.
Netflix has a show that's coming out
Yes.
that has Henry Cavill who's playing the Witcher, the titular Witcher.
Yeah,
Geralt.
Henry Cavill being Superman.
Super beef boy.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill as
He's got a
Geralt
mustache
of
in Mission
Rivia.
Impossible. He cocks his gun. He cocks his arms when he punches people.
So, let me just say, I've actually played through The Witcher 3 and all the DLC, and I've read every single Witcher book.
So you're kind of a...
I'm kind of an expert.
Yeah.
I know every single thing. It's no big deal. I know every single thing about The Witcher. I know all the specific details. I basically embody the Witcher and Geralt personally.
Witcher?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why my hair's got a little, it's long in the back.
Just
yeah.
got a diet.
Yeah, I thought it was very, the aesthetic of The Witcher is like it's dark fantasy, but like visually it's a bright game. And the books.
It's super saturated.
It's super saturated.
Only in Toussaint.
No, also when you're in Novigrad and everything.
When you're walking down and everything's falling, there's bodies hanging by ropes.
No. I'm not like dark as in like.
I know, but everything's gray and brown and muddied.
I guess maybe it depends on where you are, but.
Oh, you just hurt his feelings.
I'm like, what about? No, but
Blood and Wine is really colorful.
What?
Blood and Wine is really.
Well, yeah, because you're on Toussaint.
But then, like in the beginning of the regular game, all colors.
Right, that's the point. Is that the bulk of the game takes place in this very dark, muddy, depressing-looking world.
I would disagree with you on that, I guess, because I don't like when I walk the countryside in like Novigrad, and like outside Oxenfurt and like in Velen. It doesn't like unless you're in like where the witches are, like the crooks, the bog people.
Bog.
Yeah. The Bog Boys, unless you weren't near the Bog Boys, it seems like bright and vibrant and alive. It doesn't seem like you're in like a Dark Souls world where everything's dead.
Well, I mean, there's color, but I don't think the color in it evokes any sort of positive emotion.
So anyway, the whole point of this that I was saying this was the trailer looks way like darker, like in terms of color, darker than the games. And also the feel of like it's impossible to tell of like how like dialogue is gonna play out in the show by a trailer and like how combat's gonna be or anything. But in the books, there's a whole like it's like great dialogue and like witty and like there's a lot of character development through dialogue and obviously but like it didn't seem like it was gonna be that kind of show through the trailer. That's just the sense I got from it. Obviously, they want to make it exciting so that you're like ooh action and you're drawn in. But like that's just they didn't really market any dialogue as far as I could see.
Yeah, I think what's weird is a lot of people are trying to compare it to Game of Thrones, even though Game of Thrones was exactly what you described, where it is very character development through dialogue, very witty.
But not at the end, not when it was most popular. When it was most popular, they were totally drawing the field of the masses.
Yeah,
that's true. I guess seasons 1 through 6 was like that, and 7, 8 were very 7, 8 I guess had semblance to the trailer.
Very kind of like slapdashly put together.
My biggest problem with the trailer, though, is I know that the Witcher games, they're not touching the games at all, which I don't care about. They're just doing source material from the book. But to me, the soundtrack of the games is so fitting for The Witcher.
Yeah, it is.
And the music in the trailer just seemed like typical fantasy.
Yeah,
music.
yeah. On Reddit, they were talking about like one of their biggest complaints was the music and the CGI.
Really?
The music and the CGI. Like Ciri's eyes look. I guess the actress doesn't have naturally blue eyes or whatever the fuck, so they put contacts in.
Those, it sucks.
Yeah, they just looked kind of bad. Maybe they'll fix it by the time.
See, I didn't even notice that. I thought everything visually was fine.
I didn't like when the spider comes out of the
cheap
swamp in the end. Yeah, it looked a little cheap. It looked like a sci-fi show, sci-fi channel show to me.
So that
a little bit.
Super high production.
Yeah.
I sort of got that when the I forget what it's actually called, but that bog monster.
Yeah, like that, it was just like a giant spider, I guess.
No, I mean
I liked
that the sort of like not the spider, the sort of ghoulish looking thing with the hunched back.
Oh yeah,
the
right.
bog mother or whatever. It's
Yeah.
That I thought looked kind of cheap, but it didn't look bad.
No, all of it. As long as like a show is consistent with looking bad, then it won't look bad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because if you pull a Walking Dead where the first 2 seasons have terrible visual effects, and then you get like a multi-million-dollar budget and ramp it up, then whenever you binge it, it's just gonna look terrible.
Yeah, right. I'm excited because they're actually from the trailer you could see Yennefer. You can see her as a hunchback, and they mention that in the book. She has a backstory, and Geralt kind of sees in a flashback what she was before she was a sorceress and fixed her, made herself pretty with magic. And you get he gets a flashback where she's a hunchback, but you actually see her in the show now as a hunchback before she becomes a real sorceress.
So did Game of Thrones copy that with the Lady of Light?
Wait, what?
Nostradamus or whatever her name is.
Darkness? No, the Red Lady.
Yeah.
The Red Lady.
Did they copy that? Which came first?
That's like a trope with witches in general. It's like they've always just been ugly hags that turn themselves.
So here's the question: is it a trope of English fantasy or of Polish fantasy?
I think it's just European.
Walt Disney even did that with Snow White.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The evil witch.
Yeah, she became but she was actually pretty.
Is that the title of this video? Witcher copies
the queen
Disney?
That's it, dude.
In Snow White, she she's in the castle and she talks to the magic mirror in the cartoon, but she looks like a lady, and then she goes with the apples and she's a crone.
I'm excited about that, so they can kind of touch on that. I'm happy that they're not just like setting the show in the books and just I don't think anyway. They're not just like reimagining things that happen in the books. It looks like they're taking things from the book and then like taking like seeds from the book and then expanding out in a particular direction.
Now here's the risk. That's when Game of Thrones started getting bad.
Because they were jumping away from a great writer and using two idiot writers.
So, but this is famous because of a great writer.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Oh man, yeah.
So we don't know if the people who are writing this show are idiots.
And for the record, have we all watched Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
I did not think 7 and 8 were bad. I thought they were worse.
Absolutely.
But I didn't think they were bad.
A lot of the story bothered me. Like, I have nothing new to bring to the table that the internet hasn't talked about already.
Sure.
It all bothered me though. It bothered me pretty significantly.
So here's my opinion.
Yeah.
I think Game of Thrones would have gotten boring if it lasted like 12 seasons.
I don't think so because I was so invested. Good.
I disagree as well because I feel like there was so much left to discover about like and like Jamie's character arc went to shit too. So I feel like if they were able to like amplify and like go off of those types of things, it would keep drawing people in.
So how do you feel about just 8-10 episode seasons? If season 6 got 4 more episodes, if season 7 got 2 more episodes,
could have done more, but it wouldn't have been as good.
Right.
See, I think if they added 7 episodes to what's already there, I think that might have been enough.
You mean a season?
7 hours.
A season? Like another season?
Yeah, no. I'm saying because season 7 was 7 episodes, season 8 was 6,
yeah.
all the others were 10. So if you just even them out, all of them 10
probably.
episodes.
I think so. Obviously, they wanted to go do fucking Star Wars for the cha-ching, because they're getting that fucking cash. But I feel like the best thing for them to do would have been to just like take the character arcs, like you said. And flush them out because it feels they wanted to rush it because of Star Wars. They wanted to stop doing it. But let me finish. So like they don't need the question isn't how much more time do they need. It's they should have just done it until it felt like the character arcs had naturally developed.
Yes.
That's
So which character arcs specifically?
I mean all of them. Jamie, Arya, Jon. Jon went from a character to I don't want it. That was his whole line for like the whole season. She's my queen. I don't want it.
And Bran, he was like, I came
here.
And
then the
Bran I don't want anything. And then he's like, why did you think I came here? And we're like,
Bran said, I don't feel much of anything. I don't want anything anymore. And he's like, why do you think I'm here? Like those are totally different.
Exactly.
Well, there's a difference between wanting something and doing your destiny.
Yeah, I guess, but like he says he has no interest in being anything. Like he's basically not even human anymore. Like,
but there's a difference in having interest in something and fulfilling your destiny.
Sure, I guess you're right in that specific instance.
But if that's his destiny and his job as a 3-eye raven is to fulfill destiny, that's what he's got to do, right?
Oh, you're dead, dude.
I mean, I agree. I would have liked more time to see and have more foreshadowing to that.
They went from the like the seasons where people are talking and having motives to just how many things can we blow the fuck up in season 8. So and that's what made it less good. I'm not saying it was bad. Like it wasn't like the worst show I've ever seen. It was just like it was cool when Arya killed the Night King.
Yeah.
Because you're like there's tension. Like oh shit, he grabbed her by the throat. Is she gonna die right now? Oh, she stabbed him. Like, that's cool to look at. You're like, oh, yeah, Arya, go. But also, like...
It's like Arya. Why does Arya get to do it?
You build up the Night King for 8 seasons, and then literally, like, he gets defeated in a single battle.
A single episode.
And, like...
He
was totally inconsequential.
They should have won at least one battle.
Yeah!
So, I think 2 things could have possibly happened. Either one... just show the Night King's army ravaging as it makes its way toward Winterfell.
That would have been better, yeah.
Or 2, have the Long Night be a season.
That would have been cool.
That's exactly what I wanted. This season was 2 different seasons, but there were 3 episode seasons. That's what this
yes,
season was.
Yes,
They should have had 2 10-episode seasons that they split up.
Mm-hmm.
And they should have had the long night. That was a long night. It was fucking 10 episodes. And they should have had now we gotta go kill the Lannisters.
So before I bring up this opinion, does anyone know? Because I haven't read the books. Where do the books, as they stand right now, leave off?
Season 4.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, because in my opinion, I think the show peaked at the Battle of the Bastards, and then after that, the writers realized, okay, all the pieces have fallen into place. We don't have any source material. How do we push everything toward their conclusion?
Well, I think Gurm has it all planned out. He just didn't write it out yet.
I don't know if he does have it all planned out.
I don't know.
I think he has a general idea, and I think he loves his world.
Yeah, I think probably the last season he didn't really give them very much guidance at all.
A bug.
You know what?
Sorry.
You know what I didn't like though is I like you could see Dany becoming the Mad Queen from a mile away. Okay, she's gonna be.
They showed you it in season 2.
Yeah. Okay, so she's gonna be the evil queen, but she goes from I don't want to burn King's Landing to I am on the wall of King's Landing and now I'm mad and now everyone's gonna die and burn.
Yeah.
If they kill, I read this on Reddit, I think. If they killed, what was her friend's name?
The
Missandei.
Missandei.
Yeah.
If before the Battle of King's Landing, they killed Missandei, at that point,
Right. Yeah.
I could understand more if she ravaged and burned the city down.
Right.
Well, yeah,
It's more fresh and
Yeah,
you
but,
just did it. I'm gonna get my revenge.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Oh, hey, bud.
Hey, Krista.
Happy birthday, Ben!
Thank you.
Hey, happy birthday!
Hey!
Yay!
You got our
Boy!
baby boy Ben.
Did you guys bring $60 donations for our anniversary?
Yeah, it's our anniversary party. Also.
I brought you rum.
That's enough. Okay. Take them. Don't you love them?
So they basically leaked that Overwatch 2 is going to be announced at BlizzCon
Why?
BlizzCon.
because it's a 3-year-old game, a new console generation's coming out. It's a very popular game.
Is it still popular?
Yeah.
I thought that it really died off.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
did I.
it's obviously not as popular, but it still has a hugely dedicated fan
Are they gonna?
base. They're announcing
Are they just gonna add a whole lot of new characters?
Well, that's the thing. We have no idea. So my question isn't about Overwatch, but it's sort of, I guess, on the same topic. How do you know when something is supposed to die? IP wise, intellectual property.
So have you guys seen the new Stranger Things? You don't watch Zack. To me, Stranger Things, they should. So Hopper isn't dead, for sure, 100%. He's not dead. He's in the Upside Down. But what they should have done was they should have killed him and they should have ended the show because it was a really good season and they're gonna run it into the ground.
It was, and they ended. The way they ended it, it was fine.
Exactly.
It closed off a bunch of storylines.
Every single line is tied up neatly. So at this point in time in the show, everything is clean and they can just cut it and everyone will remember it fondly. That's the right idea. But for an Overwatch where there's no story really, it's just the games or the game that you play over and over and over again. It's dead when people when the majority of people who like it stop paying attention to it.
You the question is you're asking from our perspective, right? Yeah. You also have to remember that anybody who makes any IP and then it becomes successful, their incentive is to run it into the ground.
Yeah.
To get as much money out of it as fucking possible before nobody plays it anymore.
Because even if you run it into the ground, you're still going to make money off it. If you don't run it into the ground, you stop making
there
money.
are going to be dedicated people who play an IP, like Diablo people. Diablo isn't probably a massive market in the gaming industry. But
the Diablo fans always play.
But they always play it. So they just pump them out. You know what I mean? Even if the quality is it becomes a fucking mobile game like Diablo, they're always incentivized to make money. From our perspective, when should an IP die? When that happens, when it's run into the ground, and it, like you said,
when the fan base doesn't care anymore, then you should stop caring.
Yeah.
So the other reason I bring that up is because Walking Dead just announced season 10. the actress for Michonne just announced this is her last season, and they just announced that they fully, like, officially announced the first Walking Dead movie that will be in theaters featuring Rick Grimes after he left the show.
Really?
So the
How are they
movie's
gonna
gonna
do that?
because he didn't die.
Well,
He got whisked away in a helicopter. So this movie
What?
is about
Is it gonna be the same actor?
yeah.
Wait, what? What?
Yeah. So just to recap, at the I think episode 5 of season 9.
I didn't even finish 7. I skipped season, like half of season 7, and then I looked up on YouTube when Rick. I looked up on YouTube when Wick kills when Wick and Negan fight, and I was like, oh, okay, they fight.
Yeah.
Because in the comics they like fight, and then Rick slits his throat, but he survives.
Comics are over. Last issue came out last week, and apparently it's really fucking good.
Yeah, I bet. And then
It's nothing not related to the show at all. The show's completely different. But anyway, what happens?
Yeah, what happens after they fight and everything?
So basically, they try uniting everything, and there's this bridge that connects all the communities, and it's really important to build this bridge so they can easily get resources together. But there's this horde of zombies, and the only way to get them away from the settlement is to get them across the bridge and have the bridge collapse and just whisk them away. So he does that, and of course he blows up the bridge and it flies him into the water. Everyone thinks he dies because there's an explosion, and of course he's not. This character who's been mysterious for the past 3 seasons calls in a helicopter and whisks him away. And so the movie is going to find out what happens.
What
and
the
then
fuck?
in the second, and then Michonne confirms she's going to be in the second movie with Rick Grimes.
So they
Wait, they already have 2 movies?
No, they have 3 planned.
Oh my god!
So the comics have ended. Comics have ended in a complete. The comics ended with Rick dying.
I want to read the comics.
And Carl growing up and everything and being an adult.
But they switched it, right? Carl died.
Yeah, and so the question is,
That fucking meme.
when should something die?
Carl!
Because clearly Walking Dead is never
That
going to
should be
die.
dead.
You know why? Okay, we live in a world where video games are made and they die.
Yeah.
TV shows.
Depends on the game.
Okay, well they become popular or less
Yeah,
popular.
yeah.
We live in like that world where things are dying and growing constantly. TV shows like The Walking Dead, if they're popular with this specific fan base, they will never die. Old people between the age of like 50 and 70 who watch TV every single day of their
I would
lives.
say
That's the
40 to
routine.
70.
That's a routine.
They're not breaking away.
I would say 40 to 70.
40 to
I would
70.
agree with that. I would agree.
They watch TV every day. They watch TV every day.
Yeah.
They watch FX for Walking Dead. They became invested in it in season 1. They've been watching it. They don't want it to go away. Oh man, they're making so much fucking money from those people. All those people. And that's why we're getting movies and the show's continuing.
Yep.
We, people who live in our world, like Gamers Rise Up world, is...
The Good Morning Gamer world.
Yeah, the Good Morning Gamer world. We are used to things dying and we're like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Wait for the next E3 to see what's coming out.
I don't know, because we get fucking reboots up the wazoo. They're rebooting
That's
Battletoads.
Wait,
Toe Jam and Earl just got another game.
Because it's a nostalgia thing.
Well, it's the 20-year rule.
Yeah.
Every 20 years
Every 20
something
years.
is new again.
There's also the 30-year rule and the 10-year rule.
It gets shorter and shorter. I think that's a pretty good place to end the podcast.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know if this is going to be a regular thing just because of how far away everyone lives in our busy schedule. But we'd like to make more.
Well, why don't you guys let us know if you want to hear more podcasts and tell us in the comments section
No,
below.
seriously, subscribe to the channel so we can keep
No,
fucking
really,
doing
please
this.
subscribe to the channel.
Just do its crime.
I just
Yeah.
need, like maybe 370, maybe I
Didn't you
have
listen
the
to the
energy to
first
get out of bed.
20 minutes of this video?
What?
So, didn't they listen to the first 20 minutes of this? Subscribe, damn it.
Please
I'm
subscribe.
sick of being stuck at 350.
Yeah, we just help us get famous, and then we'll reward you by.
We'll reward you by setting up a Patreon.
We'll set up a Patreon, and then you could pay us.
You can get Ben's Ludes for $5 a month.
We'll send you we'll send you vials of Ben's sweat.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
We have more. We can get more than a couple vials right now.
Yeah, right now? Yeah.
Just ring out
These pants, you can ring them out.
Okay, so but seriously, subscribe and tell us if you want to hear more podcasts because this was a lot of fun to do. So, all right, I guess we should.
See ya.
See ya.
Hey, Tristan.
Yeah.
We need an end card for the podcast.
Okay. Like, comment, and sub.
This is such dark footage.
Subscribe.
Yeah, okay.